Hello, welcome back to Mini-Modelog. It's me again. So I've got for you the how to put together the Space Marine Intercessor Sergeant and the Space Marine Reaver Sergeant. I believe they're sergeants because they've got no helmets on. And of course on the drawing, on the image, you've got a red sergeant helmet on the Space Marine Intercessor. So what I'll do is I'll do very similar like I did the Death Guard. I'll start with the Intercessor model. As I do the cutouts, it will spin quicker, and then I'll pop them together for you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed all the 40k I've done so far. If you haven't seen any of it yet, I'll pop a link up to the actual playlist for all the 40k I've done this month. But let's get straight on with it and into the intercessors. So I'll just grab my clippers, which, as you remember, you just need clips for this. You don't need any glue because they are push fit models. So we'll go straight into the Intercessor Sergeant. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, 1 to 6 off of this sprue. So I'll just bob that one to the side. I'll find those bits and start chopping them out, and I'll see you in a sec for putting it together. So I've got all the parts now for the actual Sergeant, and he goes on a 32mm base, which I've also got here. So first thing to do is take the main body section, which is this section here. Again, these are so well crafted. Remember not to chop off these extended bits because you will need them. So it starts by bobbing the head in the back of his suit there. So what I'll do is I'll bob his head in. I don't know whether it will go particularly well. Seems to go like that. And then you're supposed to get the back of it. This is where it gets fiddly, I find. So what I try and do is I try and put it in the one where it will sit easier. For some reason with this model, it's going to sit back easier into there. Once I've got it in, these are a bit more difficult than the Death Guard ones, or so it seems. There we go. Make sure his head is fitting correctly. Oh, it's supposed to go like that. Okay, so it's supposed to slightly sit to the side. Obviously push it together fully, and that's most of the model popped together by the look of it. So then you do the arms and the backpack and just bob him into the base. So it's really quite easy to do. So there's his backpack on. Obviously you'll find that when you push them in, that they will rest to where they should sit. Double check the image a moment. That's supposed to sit back. Okay, I'm struggling a little there to get that on. I think it's because my cut wasn't very good, so I'm just gonna have to recut that a little bit. Always double check your cuts because obviously it's supposed to just, come on. There we go, got it. It's just a funny angle, so just be prepared for that when you do that. The angle of that gun's a little bit funny to get on. And then the last one is his pointing arm, which again's a bit funny to get on. You can tell when you've got it right, because it kind of does slip down really well. And then he just bobs into a 32mm base. And there you go, that is the captain, or the sergeant, sorry, for the Intercessor squad. Obviously they're only a squad of 3. Now a legal squad I think is a squad of 5. So the First Strike doesn't actually give you a legal squad. It does in terms of playing the First Strike rules, but as you expand you're going to need more. So what I'll probably do is buy another set of easy fit versions. I might end up with 2 sergeants, but I'm not too bothered. I'd rather have 2 sergeants painted slightly differently than just 1 sergeant. But so that's the sergeant for them. So I'll now move on to the Reaver Sergeant and pop him to one side. And obviously we need this sprue for this one, because it's the Reaver's sprue. And for that I need numbers 7 through to 12. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So I'll find those and start chopping them out, and then as before, the video will speed up, and I'll see you in a minute. So this is very similar to the sergeant we just did. So first you'll need the body part like this, the tiny little head, which again sits just in there. This obviously still takes a little bit of doing. And then you get the back of the body. Obviously give it a good firm push in, and then the head will stop moving. Obviously make sure the head's in the right direction, because the last thing you want to do is put the head in the wrong direction there. So again, with all the rest, you then just have to push the backpack on. You'll know when they're fully on, because they do kind of click quite firm. That arm's a little loose, which I'm not happy about, so I'll probably actually glue that. I think I might have cut the stalk too low. And then the other arm goes on like that. So that arm actually fits really well. This one's a little loose, so what I'm probably going to do with that is actually glue that on. So not too bad, but I'll probably have to glue that in place like so. And then he sits, his arms popped off there in a base like that. Yeah, and that's the two sergeants. Obviously his arms come off at the moment. But that's pretty much it for my 40k put togethers. I'll glue that arm on and show you at another point that I have glued it on. If I pop them two together a sec, I'll try and get the arm back on just so you can see it as finished. Just a second. Being a pain it is. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to glue that on. Bit of a shame really, because all the others have actually done really well at staying on, but that is the two sergeants. I'll put the rest together, and then like I say, I'll have a game of it and I'll let you know what it's like. But I'll see you next time for what have I bought this month.